Warning, this podcast contains strong, offensive and misogynistic language that some listeners may find offensive. The name's Vert. Percival Reginald Vert, and I run the P-Vert Detective Agency. The year is 2055 and the police have been defunded, so if you need a police investigation, the cops will charge you 1,000 big ones a day. Because of this, the government introduced the PI Act, where the private investigators can undercut the police so justice can become affordable. These are my case files.
So Horney told me that she's going to meet up with a friend, long-awaited get together because she's been a bit busy recently with her jaunt to the moon and then coming back to work for me and be in my bed, etc. And she decided that she needed a bit of downtime and hang around with her friend. I said, absolutely fine. You know what? I trust you totally. You go and have fun, yeah? And with that, I gave her a kiss on the cheek, and she took a few hundred big ones out of my wallet. Yeah, charming. She said it was an advance in her pay. To be honest, she could have anything she wanted. Didn't bother me. Didn't bother me in the slightest. Anyways, she was there, all dolled up, wearing the shortest of skirts, the highest of boots, the shortest of tops, and a big fluffy woolen gilet. Wow, she looked amazing. She looked real hard. But if she was my daughter, I wouldn't allow her out of the house like that. But it doesn't matter. I knew that she was going to come home to me anyways. So she hadn't told me who she was going out with. Not one bit. She wouldn't even say any kind of hint. And then, out of the blue, as I was asking her where she's gonna go, and then all of a sudden, there was a knock at the door. Little bastard went over and opened up the door, and there she was, her friend, wearing the shortest Daisy Duke style shorts I've ever seen, with the shortest top, no tights, not even a jacket, but she was wearing her guns in her holsters on her shoulders. Wow. She didn't even have a handbag with her person. No. She just had a wedge of cash in her back pocket. Not a care in the world. She come over and introduced herself to me. I said, hey, yeah, my name is Percival. This is mine and Horney's son, little bastard. And you are? And she said to me, my name's Alexa the Collector. I looked at Horney. She looked at me with a smile. I looked at the little bastard who looked a little bit panicked. But I assumed that he knew exactly why she was known as Alexa the Collector, and I'd have a word with him as soon as the two girls went out. I said, okay then. Okay, so you girls going anywhere nice? And Alexa just looked at me and said, we'll go wherever the fuck we please. Okay, I said. Well, you have fun, and if you need a lift home or anything, just let us know. Although Horney interjected and said, hey, I got my transporter wristband that little bastard made for me, so we're fine to get home no matter what. And I was like, okay then, that's okay, but if you need me, you just give us a shout, yeah, and we'll beam over. Oh, don't worry about that, she said. Don't worry about that at all. We've got this. It's not the first time we've been out together, and it sure as hell won't be the last. And I was like, okay then, okay. And she gave me the biggest, wettest, dirtiest kiss I've ever had, and then they both disappeared out through that door. And oh my god, there's Horney, and I was looking at her perfect, perky ass. And I cast my look over to Alexa as well, and she had a real perfect, perky ass too. And then little bastard just looked at me, gave me a bit of a slap around the chops. Hey, he said, don't let her catch you do that. She'll fucking have you. Oh, I said, and why is that? She's fucking dangerous, he said to me. Well, in what way? Well, she gets a kick out of killing people, he said. And I said to him, right, so why do they call her Alexa the Collector then? Well, he said, no one knows for sure, and everyone's got a different reason why. But from what I know from Mum's memories is that she collects people's souls when she kills them. And I said, what do you mean she collects people's souls? And he said, after a headshot, she'll go over to the smoking hole in the head and just start inhaling the scent of the brains. And that's her collecting their souls. I looked at him. Don't fucking say shit like that. That's fucking stupid. Hey, they're not my memories, he said. They're my mum's. Okay then. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter at all. So, you're saying to me that Alexa the Collector is incredibly dangerous to be around? Yeah, he said. And I got memories from where they've been out before. Really, I said. So, what kind of things have they got up to? Well, I really shouldn't say. I looked at the little bastard and gave him a kick in the shin. You fucking tell me. You live under my roof, you eat my food, you sleep in my beds. You tell me what you know, just to get things off of my mind, okay? I don't want Horney to be in danger at all. Oh, don't worry, she's not in danger, he said. She'll kill anyone that shows any hint of danger towards Mum. Oh, I said. Well, just tell me some of their shenanigans. Well, there's this time that Mum and Alexa went out. Yeah, I said. They got absolutely horrendously drunk, and they decided to start giving men some table dances. Right. Well, your mum was that way inclined before we met. Yeah. And then when they didn't pay up, even though no one agreed any money, because it wasn't in a strip bar, it was just in a random bar that they went into, and they refused to give any money, so Alexa just went up to the biggest guy and headbutted him and broke his nose, and blood went everywhere. Okay, I said. Right. And then what happened next? Well, the rest of the guys decided they're going to jump up and try and beat the shit out of Alexa. And Alexa went over to the next guy, bit his fucking nose off and spat it in the next guy's face. And then she got her guns out and started shooting them all in the fucking dick. Well, I said, well, that's a fucking amazing. So at least your mum is going to be real protected then. Oh yeah, he said, without a shadow of a doubt, Alexa will definitely take care of Mum. I'm starting to get a bit nervous. I could feel as I left the room with a little bastard just watching a bit of TV, and there's me going to my room. I could feel a bit of anxiety around this situation. I really didn't want Alexa to get Horney into trouble. I really didn't feel that she could do that. So I went from my room into the office and switched on the computer and took a look at Horney's locator beacon. I shouldn't have been doing this, but I did it. I really shouldn't. It's bad taste. I do trust her and all, but really didn't want her to get into any trouble, especially with all these gangsters I've been hearing about, and especially now with Alexa the Collector, who collects people's souls when they die. Shit. I had to go and just be in the background, so I could intercede if anything was to come along and come out about this. I found her locator beacon, and then, without a little bastard knowing, I put the coordinates into my transporter wristband, and there I was. I was at this nightclub, on the inside, because I didn't want to be seen. And there they were. I could see them at the other end of the dance floor, just dancing and gyrating with each other, not with the boys. But you had the odd guy decide to come up and try and hit on them, and every time a guy come up and put his hands on Alexa, she'd just chin him. One guy, he even got bold enough to put his hand on her ass, on that perfectly round, juicy ass. She grabbed his hand and broke his fucking wrist. There and then, broke his wrist, whilst Horney was just laughing her ass off as she was necking a bottle of rum. I'm not saying a glass of rum or a glass of rum and coke. No, she had a bottle of rum in her hand, and she was just swigging it like she was real fucking classy. Cause hey, that is classy. A girl like Horney, real fit, real amazingly hot, just glugging back the rum. That was amazing to see. Now, I was having thoughts about how I'd like to just cover her in rum and just lick that rum off her naked body, but no, this guy decided to try it on with Horney, and Horney decided she was going to try and chin him, and it didn't work. He got real in her face, and then Alexa noticed. Holy fucking shit. She pulled out one of her guns from her shoulder holster. She didn't shoot him, no. She got the gun by the barrel and just beat him to the floor with the handle. She probably pistol whipped him. Wow. All I could see was blood spurting everywhere. And then the security came over. They took one look at Alexa and they just didn't even bother. They just turned around and backed off. Holy fucking shit. Now that's absolute power. Security knowing who this woman is. And the fear in their eyes. The absolute fear in their eyes when they realised who the fuck it was. Holy shit. This is amazing. Horney's got a real powerful ally there. When men that were 5 times Alexa's size, built like brick shit houses, just shit in their fucking pants as soon as they realised who the fuck it was. She was the only one there that was armed. I guess no one could get her to surrender her fucking guns. No one on this fucking planet. Wow. Now that's absolute power. Eventually, the 2 girls, they got bored and decided to leave and go to another place. But before they left, they went over to the bar. They didn't pay for anything. They just reached over and grabbed a bottle of champagne each. Wow. There they were, just swigging from the bottles of champagne as they was walking out of the club without anyone giving 2 shits about what they were doing. I mean, they were probably scared that Alexa would just beat the shit out of them or even shoot them in the fucking face. Wow. But there Horney was, just walking along in her sexy get-up, just swigging this bottle of champagne, followed by Alexa, who was also doing the same, being real hot together. Wow. Now, I was kind of like hoping that they'd let it up a little, but then I thought, no, Horney's mine. You don't let it up with her, no, you just save yourself when you get home for me. And oh yeah, I got a lot of things for you. Got something to really give you, and you're gonna enjoy it. But no, she wasn't ready to go home yet, not one bit. I followed from a distance, as in at least 200-meter distance, because I really didn't want to get caught, especially with that fucking psychopath. And there they were. They saw this massive queue going halfway down the road. And instead of waiting in the line, Alexa just grabbed Horney by the hand and they just marched to the front of the queue. And when someone decided they're going to throw something at them for jumping the queue, Alexa turned around. She was asking, was that you that threw that? No. Was that you that threw that? No. Was that you that threw that? No, it was him. It was him. Really? Okay then, she said. She pulled out her gun and shot him in the fucking dick. She went to the front of the queue, put her gun back in her holster, and grabbed Horney's hand, and then they walked in and didn't even pay to get in. Wow. Holy shit. Now I've got to queue up to get in here. Shit. That's not good. But then again, after a little outburst with her gun and shooting that guy in the dick, at least 3/4 of this queue just dissipated. Wow. It won't take me that long to get in. And within 10 minutes I was at the top of the queue. And the bouncers were like, hey, you're not coming in here. And I said, why not? Am I not good enough to come in here? You're wearing trainers. You have to be wearing shoes to come in here. I said, oh, is that a fact? And I flashed my Gumshoe ID. And okay, you give us 10 big ones each and we'll let you through. And I'm like, what? Well, you are on a case, aren't you, he said. So that means you're on the clock, which means you're getting paid to be in here. So, you need to pay your dues. And I'm like, right, okay, here's 10 for you, here's 10 for you. Let me in. Hey, you've got the guy on the door. You're fucking kidding me, I said. No, he needs to have his 10 big ones as well. So I went up to him, gave him the 10 big ones, and I went to walk through. Hey, they said, you haven't paid your entry. Are you fucking shitting me? I said. Are you fucking taking the piss? I've given you all 10 big ones each, and now you're making me pay to come in? Yeah, well, you still gotta pay to come in. Right then, I said. Right, so how much is it to get in? Oh, it's 20 big ones. 20 big ones to get in. Hey, it's an open bar though. Right, I begrudgingly gave him another 20 big ones. And then I went inside. The place was like El Dorado. You had some of the hottest of the hot women in here. You had some of these hot women dancing on the poles on the podiums. You had a nice seating area where people were just leching over each other. It was like a full-on meat market in this place. Lots of dancing, lots of gyrating on the dance floor. And I couldn't see Horney or even Alexa. And then, after having a quick 360 look around from the spot I was in, I noticed that they were in the VIP area. The VIP area that was on the second level that overlooked everything. Shit. I hope I wouldn't be spotted. Right. I had to move. And move I did. I found an area in a seating area that I could see those girls. But they probably couldn't see me because they wouldn't be looking for me to start with. As far as they're concerned, I was at home. And then my phone rang. Shit, it was Horney. Fuck. I pressed the button on the transporter bracelet and it quickly beamed me home. And I answered the phone. Hey there, Horney, how you doing? I'm just seeing how you and little bastard are getting on. Well, I said, little bastard's watching TV and I'm just waiting for you, sweetheart. How long till you be home? Well, the night's still young, she said. We're enjoying ourselves. And I'll give you a shout when I feel a bit tired. I said, okay then. Well, should I wait up for you? Or should I just go to sleep? And she said, oh no, you go to sleep. I'm like, okay then, okay. So I hung up and pressed the return button. And I've been back to the table I was sat on. Although there was someone sat at my table. Hey, this is my table. Hey, we were here first, he said. No, I'm like, no. I was here first. You gotta fucking move. Because quite clearly I beamed out, then I beamed back in. Now, just leave fucking quietly. But I'm like, no. I tell you what, I'll compensate you, yeah? Here's 10 big ones, go and get your bird a drink. Okay then, he said. And now I was looking up at that VIP area. And there's a bit of a commotion going on. Oh shit. But it wasn't Alexa this time, it was Horney getting up into the face of this guy, and she was slapping him around. And there was Alexa, just running a bit of crowd control, making sure that no one joins in, pointing her guns at other people that wanted to join in, but weren't allowed, but were denied by Alexa. And there I could see Horney slapping him around, beating this guy up, punching him. Hell, she even got her hand, grabbed him by the dick and started walking him around the floor violently, like she was about to rip his dick off. Wow, I didn't think she had it in her. She then threw him over the balcony, and he landed real funny. I think he broke his fucking neck, to be honest. But he was out there in a flash. Security just dragged him out, and Horney and Alexa carried on as though nothing happened. This guy's friends, they're just looking like we want a fucking row, but Alexa just still had her foot on the table, with her gun pointing towards this group of guys. Wow, that was pretty hot. Pretty hot indeed. And Horney, she decided to go up to one of these guys, took his drink out of his hand, necked it, and then just slammed the glass into his face. And it shattered. I could see it in slow motion, kicking off again. The glass just shattering into 1,000 pieces. The guy hitting the floor like a sack of shit. And then Alexa just laughing her ass off as her guns pointed on the last of these guys. Horney went over to Alexa, whispered something into Alexa's ear. Alexa laughed out loud and shot the guy in the face. They went over and decided they're gonna take his wallet out of his pocket, take his money, and then instead of putting it in their pockets like a sensible fiend should, no, they went over to the balcony and just dashed a wedge of cash over the balcony for everyone to just have a little rock over grabbing it. It was a massive free-for-all, and to be honest, I actually jumped over and picked up a couple of notes myself. Hey, it's free money after all. I saw them heading down the staircase towards me. She's like, shit, I gotta get going. So I did. I pressed my transporter button, but transported outside of the club. I just waited behind the wheelie bins, where when I materialised, there was a tramp getting a blowjob from another tramp. 2 men, 2 homeless men just sucking each other off. Shit. That's absolutely gross. Hey, get the fuck out of here. Hey, this is our fucking bin where we fuck, okay? Now you get out of here before we make a commotion. Shit, I said. Right, I darted into a dark doorway where I could just about see the entrance to the club. And there they were, Horney and Alexa, just staggering out at this point, laughing. And then Horney stacked it. And when I say stacked it, her stiletto heel snapped and she landed down on the floor face first, laughing herself. She laughed that hard she started to wee her knickers. And then Alexa decided to laugh really hard as well. Alexa picked up Horney off the floor and gave her a fireman's carry with the short skirt that Horney was wearing. The whole world could see her knickers. Those real black, frilly, lacy knickers. They're semi-translucent as well. And I knew that if you were up close, you could actually see the good stuff right through there. Although these were slightly piss covered, so you wouldn't want to go there right now. Not until they dried out at the very least. I could just about hear it. Alexa was asking Horney for them to use the transporter to transport him back to ours. And I was thinking, shit, I gotta fucking quickly get back. So I did. I pressed the transporter button, and there I was, back in my bedroom. I quickly took my clothes off, dumped them on the floor drape like I normally would, which really annoys Horney to say the least. But hey, if I didn't fucking dump it on the floor, she'd know that something was going on. And then I heard the transporter. There we go. They're back. And after a lot of fumbling around and fooling around and giggling and laughing, I decided to put my dressing gown on and walk out into the living room. And there they were, falling around the place, completely off their nuts, drunk as skunks. And I said, hey, does Alexa want to sleep on the sofa? And Horney's like, no, she's gonna share our bed. Okay then, so the 3 of us in the bed. That's a bit interesting, to say the least. And Alexa cut me a look. Who says that you're sharing the bed? What do you mean? It's my bed. Hey, this isn't a lesbo threesome. We're just gonna pass out, and I don't want a strange cock right near me, she said, in case I wake up getting poked. Hey, I'll do that. Horney looked, laughed. Of course you fucking would, you little pervert. Hey, you love this little pervert though. Yeah, you're my little pervert, she said, but still, you'll probably end up dreaming about her as well, and trying to for a threesome with 2 drunken bitches like us. It's the first time I've ever heard Horney refer to herself as a bitch. She's definitely drunk. Well, okay then, so where am I supposed to sleep? You can either join Ratty in the basement, or you can sleep on the sofa. What, sleep in the sofa in my house? Yeah, Alexa said. Yeah, and then it happened. I could see the colour drain out of Alexa's cheeks. She started to bow. And I was looking, all panicked. No, please don't. Please stop bowing down. Don't go bowing down. And I could see it in slow motion. I managed to grab hold of the vase of dead flowers, throw the dead flowers to the floor, tip the water on the floor, and I dove towards Alexa, the collector, with this vase as her mouth opened up and she was being sick. And I got there just in the nick of time. She chundered directly into the vase. Right, how about you just take that in the bedroom and just keep that by the side, okay? I'll deal with it in the morning. Now, I just gotta go to the cupboard and get a spare duvet out, okay? And Horney, yeah, she said, please don't get sick on my bed. She laughed and took Alexa by the hand, and she walked her into our bedroom.
Thank you for listening to Gumshoe. Percival Vert will be back with another case file next week. If you enjoyed today's content, why not check out our other fictional podcast, a tribute to men that hate their jobs. This podcast is about a man that is trapped in a job he hates because of the COVID-19 pandemic. We also have 30 Years Since, which is a sci-fi podcast set in a post-alien invasion Earth. Both links are in the description below. Master X Media also has a YouTube channel called The X Review, where Paul reviews and reacts to a different music video each and every day. The link is also in the description below. Don't forget to follow Master X Media on Facebook, Gab, Twitter and Parler. Once again, the links are in the description below. Thank you, and we shall catch you soon.